At the Qinghong Academy, in the discussion hall, a messenger informs Dean Li Guanqi of Qinghong Academy about Bai's departure for the Lin residence. Dean Li Guanqi expresses contentment, seeing Bai's departure as a fortunate opportunity for the Lin family's breakthrough banquet. Law enforcement elder Tu Wangxing voices concern that Bai's visit to the Lin family might bring shame to the academy. Dean Li Guanqi attributes Bai's recent strange behavior at Qinghuan Peak to a leaked sliver of heavenly Dao aura. Law enforcement elder Chang Yuming expresses shock and questions if Bai has undergone another breakthrough. The dean notes Bai's preference for remaining low-key, suggesting his strength is comparable to his. The dean surprises the elders by announcing a delegation of rights to instructors from various academies. Dean Li Guanqi expresses delight, stating that now the juniors can carry the academy's flag without the elders' exertion. He encourages descending elders to consult Instructor Bai. Instructor Ni raises his hand to address the dean's statement, as the other elders are speechless. The dean inquires if Instructor Ni has something to add. Instructor Ni mentions that while allowing Junior Bai to attend the banquet won't tarnish their prestige, he reminds them that the academy has yet to announce Bai's strength recovery. The dean is stunned by Instructor Ni's remark, rendered speechless. At the Lin residence in Tianjin City, Lin Yuanji, the eldest son of the Lin family, exits the gates accompanied by Lin Jinan, the family patriarch, drawing attention from bystanders. People in the streets bow and congratulate Lin Jinan on his ancestors' breakthrough to the body recombining stage, to which he expresses gratitude. Lin Yuanji notices two men admiring the beauty of two women. He follows their gaze and sees two exceptionally pretty women. They are Li Yu and Nalan Duo. Lin Yuanji blushes, acknowledging them as sweethearts. He asks his father about the origin of those two female cultivators. Another man steps in, identifying them as Su Liyue and Nalan Duo, disciples of Instructor Bai from Qinghong Academy's Talisman Department. Bai himself approaches, paying respects to the patriarch and congratulating Ancestor Lin on his breakthrough. Lin Jinan recognizes Bai, expressing honor at meeting him for the first time and reminding him of the upcoming breakthrough banquet. He orders an attendant to prepare a room for Bai, who assures he'll do it immediately. The attendant leads Bai inside while Lin Jinan tells him to consider it his homia as two onlookers remark on Bai's past and Nalan's survival. Lin Yuanji watches as Bai and his disciples enter the gates. Lin Jinan feels the academy belittles them by sending Bai, while his son suggests Bai might seek their help. Lin Jinan questions his son's reasoning. Lin Yuanji suggests to his father that Nalan's presence with Bai indicates she seeks the academy's support after being chased by the Bloodsword Palace. Lin Jinan dismisses the idea, urging his son to be concise. Lin Yuanji speculates that Bai may seek to offer Nalan to him for support, prompting his father to question if he desires to marry her. Lin Yuanji jokes about his father's desire for a grandchild and expresses interest in marrying Bai's other disciple as well. Lin Jinan acknowledges the potential trouble Nalan brings and the Bloodsword Palace's persistence, but Lin Yuanji argues that with their ancestors' breakthrough, they can handle them and gain power. With a greedy look, Lin Jinan praises his son's idea, seeing an opportunity to gain power and prestige. Lin Jinan agrees to seek the ancestors' help against the Bloodsword Palace and allows his son to handle Bai's disciples, receiving thanks from Lin Yuanji. Lin Yuanji dreams of Nalan becoming his woman soon. Nalan sneezes as dust enters her nose. While cleaning their room, Nalan complains about the Lin family's treatment, but Li Yu finds the room acceptable. Li Yu compares the room to faculty disciple rooms, surprising Nalan with the apparent difference. Li Yu plans to fetch water while Little Meng seeks food, with Bai cautioning her not to get caught. Bai reassures Nalan not to heed her senior sister's words, assuring her of the cultivation conditions at Qinghong Academy, to which Nalan sighs in relief, acknowledging the school's reputation. Bai suggests that with focus on cultivation, even a humble room can feel like a scenic mountain, prompting Nalan to question their home's conditions compared to their current situation. Nalan expresses frustration at their room, emphasizing their representation of the Talisman Department and Bai's strength, feeling disrespected by the Lin family. Bai gently reminds Nalan that the Talisman Department's prominence is a thing of the past, urging her to focus on greater achievements beyond surface appearances. Bai agrees to give Nalan two treasures. Nalan is astonished as Bai summons a bright golden object. Tentacle-like ropes suddenly bind Nalan's body, surprising her. The system appears and informs Nalan of Bai's reward, the scriptures of lunar poison and the lunar silk rope, advising her to utilize them effectively. Bai explains that Nalan, being a beginner, won't immediately use the equipment, opting to demonstrate instead. The ropes tug at Nalan's clothes, prompting her to question if they will undress her again. Looking puzzled, Bai nervously sweats, urging Nalan to hold on and watch out instead. Nalan calls out for Bai as he warns her and holds her up. Bai apologizes to Nalan for the mishap, asking if she's alright. Nalan expresses feeling hot and sweaty, with a red face, unsure why her solar plexus feels warm. Meng enjoys various dishes in the kitchen. A waiter enters and finds Meng eating. Meng hits the waiter on the head with a rolling pin. The waiter becomes dizzy as Meng continues eating. The chef enters and also catches Meng eating. Meng strikes the chef's head with the rolling pin. The chef becomes dizzy as Meng resumes eating. Liu enters and discovers Meng eating. Meng attempts to hit Liu with the rolling pin, but Liu catches it. Liu pulls Meng out of the kitchen. There's strange light coming from the room where Bai and his disciples are currently staying. Nalan lies on her back, as Bai, employing his spiritual energy, advises her to stay still and explains the importance of a golden core for her awakened constitution's control. Bai reassures her, saying he has a way to prevent her from berserking. He orders Liu to release Xiao Meng, and she obeys. Liu shakes the seal inside where Xiao Meng is and instructs her to wake up and get to work. Waking from her nap, Xiao Meng expresses her belief that Liu and others were attending a feast and had instructed her to stay hidden, questioning Liu's reason for summoning her. In a hurried voice, Bai explains that there is no time to spare and requests Xiao Meng to give him her demon core, yet Xiao Meng refuses, stating it's her lifeblood demon core. Bai proposes that she either lends it to him or he will take it himself, to which Xiao Meng agrees, asking him not to pinch her as she hands it over. She spits out the golden core, complaining that all Bai knows is to bully a demon. Bai denies bullying her, promising to help Meng reach the Emperor realm and return the favor once Nalan masters the gold technique, but she warns him against deception. Bai hands over the demon core to Nalan, instructing her to eat it, but Nalan questions why she needs to consume the core, attributing her condition to her lack of cultivation. Bai reveals that he is forging a fake golden core for her. Nalan expresses confusion about the fake golden core, but Bai insists she should just eat it, mentioning it'll taste worse if it's cold. Nalan swallows the golden core. Bai instructs Nalan to direct the demon pill towards her sea of consciousness, while Liu wonders if something like the golden core truly exists. Nalan remarks that her sea of consciousness feels much fuller, with wings extending behind her. She gives a struggling look and admits she feels weird. Feathers fly everywhere as her wings disappear from her back. She asks Bai if it's really the golden core realm, indicating she doesn't feel any change in herself. Bai explains to her that it's just the way her spiritual power circulates that is similar, and that her actual realm is still at the beginning of the fusion realm. Bai remarks that the golden core realm isn't as simple as expected, while Xiao Meng comments that Bai is truly abnormal. Liu's and Xiao Meng's attention is caught by something. A booming voice informs them that the Tianxing festival is about to begin and asks if they will attend. They all express curiosity upon hearing about the festival. Thousands of floating lanterns rise toward the sky. Hundreds of people have gathered for the celebration, the night sky beautiful with fireworks and lanterns. Nalan points toward the sky, calling for her master. She grabs Bai's arm and suggests that they buy the floating lanterns called Tianxing Light. Bai, busy eating, agrees. Liu, surprised at the flying lanterns, asks how they are flying since they don't have spiritual powers. Xiao Meng says she can't fly as well and that her spiritual power is flowing towards her core. Nalan calls out to Liu, waving merrily. She holds the Xing light, ready to release, stating that the Tianxing festival welcomes everyone, mortal or cultivator. Nalan says that if one wishes upon the Xing light, the heavens will hear them. Staring at the lights, she admits to missing so many beautiful scenes as she only focused on cultivating in her previous life. Bai is enjoying some fruits when he notices Nalan burst into tears. He asks her what is wrong, and Nalan says she remembered coming to the Tianxing festival with her family. Bai tries to comfort Nalan, while Liu watches him give all the attention to Nalan. Meng warns Liu that if she doesn't intervene, Nalan might win Bai's favor, but Liu dismisses the idea, confident in Bai's impartiality. She believes that Bai's attention to his disciples is always based on their talents and efforts. Liu suggests to Bai and Nalan that they make a wish together. She makes her first wish, wishing that everyone at Qingluan Peak will be safe and sound. Bai wishes that Qingyan Peak will be forever home to Nalan from that moment. Getting emotional, Nalan agrees. Closing her eyes and clasping her hands, Nalan avows to her deceased parents that she has avenged them and found a good master, wishing for their happiness in the heavens and hoping to reunite with them as their daughter in the next life. Xiao Meng notices the Xing light shaking and draws others' attention to it. Bai notices it and uses Divine Movement Talisman to make the light fly up at high speed. The light streaks upward at remarkable speed, displacing other lights in its path, prompting bewildered shouts from onlookers questioning who initiated the disruption. Bai comments that the heavens will definitely listen to their wishes now as the Xing light rockets upwards. Bai instructs Liu to release the lights and make a wish, intending to accelerate them with a talisman, though Nalan expresses concern about the audacity. Bai reassures her, prepared to confront the heavens if necessary, prompting Nalan's comparison to bullying the heavens, while Liu advises her to adapt. Multiple Xing lights shoot upward, interrupting the trajectory of others' lights, eliciting further irritation and grievances from the spectators. At the same time in Qingluo Peak, Xiaolu gazes at the night sky. Clasping her hands, she wishes to break through the Demon Master realm and reach Boss's realm someday, asking for the Moon God's blessing. The Demon King observes Xiaolu's behavior and asks about her evening activity, to which she responds, saying she is praying to a moon god. Xiao Meng senses a disturbance from the moon and invites the Demon King to pray with her. Agreeing, the Demon King closes her eyes, seeking wisdom for future battles. The Xing lights float towards the moon. At the Tianxing city court, inside the inner palace, numerous people gather, engaged in lively conversations with each other. They express concern over the Lin ancestor's absence, speculating that he might have driven himself into the deep end by not cultivating with proper techniques. The doors fling open as a figure walks in, his body surrounded by qi, and people exclaim that the Lin ancestor is arriving. Lin Jinan, the family head, arrives holding a baby, prompting speculation among the crowd about its origins and his relationship to it, particularly regarding rumors of illegitimacy. Lin Jin addresses the baby as father and informs him that all the guests have arrived. Everyone is left shocked upon seeing Lin Jin referring to the child as father. The baby turns out to be the Lin family ancestor, named Lin Cheng. At the beginning stage of the body recombining realm, Lin Cheng gives permission for the feast to begin. Obeying his father, Lin Jin raises his hand and shouts for the feast to start, instructing the guests to show their respects to the ancestor. Discomfort spreads through the crowd, with one person expressing difficulty in paying respects to a child. The ancestor, displeased and with glowing eyes, questions the guests if they are looking down on him. Taken aback by the question, the guests scramble and bow before the ancestor. They congratulate him for breaking through the recombining stage, marveling at the ancestor's fury and terrifying aura. The guests praise the ancestor, acclaiming his cultivation as triumphant and invincible, expressing their wishes for him to achieve Xian and ascend soon. Outside, Bai and his disciples are busy eating, with Nalan telling Bai that it's not good for them to just sit there. Bai questions her, asking what's wrong with that. He points out that the others can't see them anyway. Liu remarks that the Lin ancestor is acting arrogantly just because he reached the body recombining state, finding it hilarious. Bai asserts that there are only a few hundred body recombining stage cultivators across the entire South Realm, urging Liu to let him be proud of it, while Nalan, in awe at the body recombining stage, notices its distance from Bai's. Someone from behind them expresses disapproval at a trash like Bai, sarcastically echoing his sentiment of let him be proud of it, prompting Bai to turn to see who said that. It's Yi Zilen, a Lin family disciple, his face twisted into a hateful look as he curses at Bai. Bai, his mouth stuffed with food, shows a confused look. Yi Zilen twists his face even more at the sight of Bai, while Bai questions him who he is. Filled with rage, Yi Zilen says Bai had humiliated him for a woman long time ago, damning him for playing amnesiac. Bai laughs, recalling him. Coughing what looks like blood, Yi Zilen mentions he couldn't do anything to Bai when he was in the academy, but now that he's here, he says it's time to end things between them. Bai, still smiling, asks Yi Zi how long he's been in that condition and offers him a drumstick to fill himself up. Smacking the drumstick out of Bai's hand, Yi Zi shouts at Bai to stop playing dumb. Giving a death stare at Bai, Yi Zi orders him to kneel on the floor and raise his ass up if he doesn't want to die, the same thing Bai did to him back then. Liu stands up, looking angry, and asks Yi Zi how he dares to disrespect her master. Calling her noisy, Yi Zi points angrily at her. Bai uses his chopsticks to stop Yi Zi from harming Liu, telling him not to mess with the youngsters and inviting him to come at him if he wants. Yi Zi gives a disgusted and hateful look to Bai. An attendant arrives and informs Yi Zi that the family head has ordered him to go into the palace. Angrily, he tells the attendant to lead the way and makes his way to the palace, as Liu calls him a moron. Liu, arms crossed, deems people like Yi Zi annoying, while Bai remarks on the Lin family's arrogance, suggesting he doesn't feel welcome there. The system appears, congratulating Bai for unlocking the world's mission and instructs him to defeat the incoming enemies and spread his name. Bai readies his sensory talisman. Thunder rumbles over the city. Inside the palace, Yi Xin bows before the Lin family's head and the Lin ancestor as the ancestor questions Yi Xin if he really hasn't been able to break through for 3 years because of Bai. Yi Xin praises the ancestor and recounts a conflict with Bai long ago, alleging Bai launched a sneak attack on him, weakening his body, and requests the ancestor to deliver justice. Lin Jin, the head of the house, shows disapproval, deeming it madness. He recalls the ancestor accidentally combining his body into his nascent soul, leaving him without a new body yet, and questions Yi Xin's audacity in asking the ancestor to intervene in private matters, provoking Qinghong Academy. The ancestor orders Lin Jin not to speak if he doesn't understand, asserting that facing that abnormality during his breakthrough doesn't mean it's a mistake, saying it's a good thing as he was able to, leaving Lin Jin shocked. The ancestor holds out a book, attributing his breakthrough to secrets within it left behind by Miss Kai Su, written by a powerful individual, and states he will allow the two to examine it at their peak of immortalization. Lin Xin and Yi Xin both bow before the ancestor, expressing their gratitude. The ancestor remarks that the current Qinghong Academy is of no concern to him, but Li Guanqi poses a threat, advising Yi Xin to understand. Bowing once again, Yi Xin's face displays despair as he acknowledges his understanding. A shield-like object appears above the palace, startling the ancestor and Lin Xin. The ancestor realizes someone is attacking the Tianxing city's grand formation and expresses concern it might not hold for long. An enormous snake emerges from the dark clouds, with a masked figure riding on it. People below the city are puzzled by the commotion, with some realizing the city is under attack. The people wonder who might be attacking the city as they feel an insane pressure on their bodies. Nalen questions Bai about the attacker breaking through the city's defense as he eats, to which Bai predicts the defense won't hold much longer, while Liu enjoys the food. Duan Beizong, a citizen, overhears their conversation, convinced that Bai and his disciples are amateurs, noting that cracking the Tianxing formation, established by a saint-level talisman master, isn't easy. One of the people seeing Bai and his disciples calls them lowlifes, prompting Liu, getting upset, to ask Bai if he isn't going to say anything to such comments, to which Bai responds that she finally got him. Bai, looking serious, asks if it is time. The intruder finally manages to break through Tianxing's formation, leaving people below in shock. Duan Beizong, who previously believed cracking through the defense would be nearly impossible, is bewildered, his mouth open in shock. More people are shocked upon learning the identity of the intruder, some questioning how a dead guy can be alive. The intruder is the green snake young master. He jumps off the large snake he is riding and onto the ground. Once on the ground, the large snake transforms into a smaller one, touching the green snake young master's mask-covered face. The green snake young master sees Bai and Liu eating, noticing they are not afraid or anything. With food in his hand, Bai asks the intruder why he is staring at him and tells him to find a seat himself if he wants to join the party. The green snake young master's snake hisses at Bai as Liu, untroubled, asks Bai if he wants to try some of her food. Liu senses the intruder's aura to be dangerous and asks Bai who he is, to which Bai replies that he has no idea. Bai turns to Nalen and asks her if she knows anything about the new arrival, noticing she looks scared. Nalen reveals the man's identity as a Tribulation Peak evil cultivator from the Langfang Sea region 200 years ago, causing chaos in the 3 prefectures around Guangling, prompting collaboration among all major sects and families to defeat him. She further explains that her Nalen family was on the mission too, but none of them made it back. Hearing this, Bai speculates the guy must be close to ascending, suggesting the Lin family is in deep trouble, but Nalen disagrees. She tells Bai that the green snake young master is already dead, surprising Bai, who asks who it is then. Nalen explains that she heard from her dad that back then, it was the Lin family ancestor who killed the snake master, sacrificing himself in the process. Bai, learning that a dead guy from 200 years ago has come back for revenge, says that's kind of cool. Gathering up more food, Bai suggests with a smile that they go and watch the show, prompting Nalen to ask what show. Bai says it's the show of dogs biting other dogs, with a smirk. The green snake master turns towards the family head, Lin Jinan, and congratulates the Lin ancestor on breaking through. He asks Lin Jin if he isn't happy to see him, surrounded by a sudden burst of energy. The force of the Snake Master's energy makes Lin Jin and his ancestor cover their eyes as the ancestor, astounded, shouts that it can't be. The ancestor exclaims that he had seen the Green Snake Master's head get chopped up 200 years ago and asks who the hell he is. Hearing this, the Green Snake Young Master says that the kid is pretty smart. Lin Jin tells the Green Snake Young Master that the kid is his father, Lin Cheng. Disbelieving, the Green Snake Young Master demands Lin Jin to call out his old father and inform him of his presence, while the ancestor shouts at him, affirming that he is truly Lin Cheng. The ancestor appears very worried, prompting Yizin to express his concerns about how the Green Snake Young Master can scare the Lin ancestor so much. The ancestor commands Yizin to seek help from the Big Sex, handing him a token, which Yizin agrees to. Hurrying out of the palace with the ancestor's orders, Yizin marvels at the pressure of the Green Snake Young Master, possibly even stronger than the ancestors. Gripping the token given by the ancestor tightly, Yizin broods over the ancestor not helping him with the Qinghong Academy and teaching Bai a lesson. He crushes the token in his hand, expressing his desire to make Bai pay. Bai, Nailin, and Liu sit nearby, hidden by Bai's powers. Recognizing the Green Snake Young Master's presence, Nailin frets about being noticed, but Liu assures her, praising Bai's skills. Bai, taking a swig of coconut juice, advises Liu that skills are meaningless if one messes up and suggests she just relax and eat the watermelon. The Green Snake Young Master, holding the snake in his hand, insults the ancestor as an old dog and questions why he isn't kneeling before him. The ancestor warns the Green Snake Young Master not to get cocky, reminding him of his defeat 200 years ago. Yizin enters, holding a box, and tells the ancestor to shut up, criticizing him as good for nothing, which surprises Lin Jin. Before turning towards the Green Snake Young Master, the ancestor angrily points his hand at Yizin and shoots a laser-like beam at him, but the Green Snake Young Master blocks it. The Green Snake Young Master instructs the ancestor to let people finish talking first. Yizin bows before the Green Snake Young Master, thanking him for saving his life as the Snake Master asks him what he wants. Yizin opens the box and presents the Green Snake Young Master with the dragon saliva wood, originally meant for the ancestors' party but now appearing insignificant. The Snake Master acknowledges Yizin's courage and accepts the gift, urging him to leave and promising to protect him. Yizin concurs with the Green Snake Young Master's decision, intending to fetch pastries for him, pondering that the Green Snake Young Master may favor him and plotting revenge against Bai as he departs. The ancestor questions Yizin about the longevity of traitors like him, to which Yizin retorts, suggesting he may outlive the ancestor. Bai asks Nailin for one of her poison feathers, while she, munching on watermelon, questions his intentions. Bai states his intention to assist Yizin and combines Nailin's poison feather with a flood dragon scale and earth immortal corpse chi, creating a potent mixture. Blowing the mixture at Yizin, Bai commands it to go. It strikes Yizin in the back. Yizin's body undergoes a transformation, turning him into a huge, beast-like creature, as he marvels at his newfound power. At the Lin family's palace, Yizane laughs with satisfaction upon reaching the nascent soul stage. He claims equality with Lin family's young master, enraging Lin Jin, who prepares to attack, calling him a jerk. The ancestor advises Lin Jin to remain calm, noting it's not the right time for aggression, while Lin Jin suggests preemptive action against Yizane to avoid potential issues. The ancestor warns Lin Jin to be cautious due to the Green Snake's surveillance and reveals additional assistance sent out, urging patience until reinforcements arrive. The Green Snake, recognizing the ancestor's unusual power, schemes to exploit it to ridicule the Lin family, mocking the ancestor for not capitalizing on this advantage and disdainfully labeling him an old dog for his apparent obliviousness. Yizane claims superiority over Lin Jin's son, who only associates with girls, prompting Lin Jin to brand him a coward allied with evil and declare that he's no longer his student. As Lin Jin's son enters, questioning the commotion, Yizane taunts him, asking if he was disturbed during his time with the lady. Recognizing his son's arrival, Lin Jin urgently orders him to flee. As Lin Jin's son questions Yizane's identity, Yizane charges at him, proclaiming himself as the one who will end him. With a worried expression, Lin Jin calls out to his son, but in that moment, the snake leaps at him from behind, prompting the ancestor to warn Jin to watch out and command the Green Snake to stop. Lin Jin, his hand charged with chi, strikes the snake in its head without even looking at it, commanding it to get lost. Yi Zane tells young Master Lin it's time to go, his clawed hand ready to strike. As Yi Zane launches his attack, Lin Jun rushes in to push his son away, but despite his efforts, it's already too late. Observing from the sidelines, the Green Snake's young master expresses admiration for the father-son bond but remarks it's a pity. Crying, Zane holds his wounded son, repeatedly calling out his name. Standing over Lin Jun, Yi Zane declares he's still too slow. Full of anger, the ancestor shouts at the Green Snake Master, declaring his readiness to kill him regardless of losing his powers. Demanding the return of his grandson's life, he strikes at the Green Snake Master, who casually questions why he's so agitated over the loss of a grandson. The Green Snake Master mutters the name of the large snake, its eyes ablaze with flames. A tremendous burst of energy emanates from the palace, visible from the outside. The large snake coils around the ancestor as the Snake Master blames him, but the ancestor retorts, saying evil scum like him have no right to speak of faults. Bai, Liu, and Nalan stand inside a shield, watching the ongoing battle. Nalan criticizes the Lin family's rudeness and arrogance, questioning if they'll allow the Snake Master to kill them without intervening, while Bai ponders the history between the Snake Master and the Lin family, and Liu suggests that helping is nice but not helping is fine too. Bai stresses fighting evil and protecting the righteous, reluctant to see the Lin family wiped out, prompting Liu to agree it's their responsibility to act, instructing Liu and Nalan to conserve energy and ensure the Lin family head's safety. Bai flies away, promising to return soon, with them both agreeing. The snake forcefully slams its massive scaled body into the ancestor. Upon impact, the ancestor's shoulder suffers grave injury, and he coughs up blood. The Snake Master suggests to the ancestor that he might spare his life if he begs. Clutching his wound, the ancestor declares he will fight for righteousness even in death, never yielding to evil, reaffirming his commitment to the cause. Removing his mask, the Snake Master is utterly astonished to hear the ancestor refer to himself as a good guy. Holding the mask, the Snake Master recalls the ancestor's role in the tragic marriage of Lin Miaoshuan, chased the Thunder Cliff, questioning his definition of good and proposing to destroy the Lin family as retribution for his deceased wife. The ancestor realizes the identity of the Snake Master and is shocked. With his mask removed, Ji Shenran reveals himself as a follower of the Green Snake Lang Jun, stating that the Ji Shenran the ancestor knew died alongside Miaoshuan on the cliff that night. He warns that Qingpe, the large snake, is on the brink of becoming a demon lord and transforming into a dragon after exterminating the Lin family, claiming that the souls of everyone in Tianqing City will become her sustenance as retribution for the ancestor's actions. Stunned by the revelation, the ancestor questions Ji Shenran's intentions, expressing concern for the millions in Tianqing City and whether evil individuals like him fear divine retribution and karma. Ji Shenran retorts, stating that unlike hypocrites like the ancestor, who speak kindly but act cruelly, villains like him don't conceal their misdeeds, blaming the ancestor for not finishing him earlier. The ancestor sees Ji Shenran as a monster, weighing his options carefully, aware his next move could be fatal. Employing a star-shifting technique, he shouts at Ji Shenran, commanding him to perish. Midway through casting his technique, the ancestor spits out blood. Ji Shenran acknowledges the ancestor's immense effort, noting that he truly unleashed his full power, even breaking through the void. Beaten and coughing, the ancestor collapses onto his back, realizing the poison had already infiltrated his body. Ji Shenran gazes down at the ancestor, explaining that while normal poisons might not affect him, soul poison operates differently. Struggling to articulate, the ancestor questions Ji Shenran about any connection to the soul sect. Ji Shenran confirms his affiliation, revealing it helped him acquire Qingpe, a powerful pet, declaring his intention to use the ancestor as a precursor for Qingpe's soul feast, with Tianqing City's inhabitants as the main course. A puppet of Bai's appears before Ji Shenran, startling him. Bai intervenes, seizing Ji Shenran's pet, Qingpe, deeming it too dangerous and announcing his intent to take it away. Ji Shenran realizes the domain's significance, identifying it as exclusive to Earth immortals, but Bai explains it's a simplified version attainable even by those in the crossing tribulation stage. Shocked, Ji Shenran questions when the Lin family acquired someone capable of opening a domain, then asks Bai for his identity, prompting Bai to introduce himself. In his frail, dying old man form, Ji Shenran asks Bai if he understands the Lin family's actions toward him, to which Bai responds affirmatively, reading the situation from Ji Shenran's expression. Collapsing and coughing violently, Ji Shenran is advised by Bai to conserve his breath, who expresses pity for him and disapproves of his plan to harm the city, ultimately agreeing to let him die with dignity. Ji Shenron's body glows as he melts away, accusing Bai and others of being phonies who deserve to die, leaving Bai confused. Liu, gazing at the sky, witnesses a weirdly shaped object materialize amidst a dazzling golden light. Recognizing the distinctive aura, Liu identifies the presence of the demon race.